What's up, guys? Welcome to brobeatz. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to go about picking sounds so that you can make simpler beats. If you guys haven't subbed already or turned post notifications on, make sure you do so because it helps the channel a lot. So let's hop right into it. So first things first, we need a melody. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a quick melody. This is not the entire focus. Actually making the melody is not the focus, but it is a part of the process. So let's go ahead and we could just go with a harmonic minor. And let's change it up, do something different, A sharp. All right, so we got this guitar, and just listen for the differences when I'm making a melody. Okay, so let's go in here and I'm gonna just make a quick little something real quick. So all right, so we got our melody. So now we're gonna get into the actual sound selection and why I picked some of the sounds that I did. All right, so we got our melody made. So now let's dip into the sound selection. So we have this guitar, so I'll just play it real quick one more time. All right, so there's two things that I look for, and this is gonna be really simple. I look for a cold sound and a warm sound. All right. So I would categorize this guitar, anything that sounds similar to this, as a cold sound. All right. And to kind of, so that you can like pick this yourself, I'm gonna give you two things or characteristics about this sound that you can look for in any VST, right? So the first thing would be reverb. So if I play it, you can hear that reverb. And I don't know why, but when you add reverb to the sound, it kind of gives it that like, that kind of ambient, well, of course it's gonna be ambient, but it kind of gives you that like cold vibe, right? And the other thing that's very important are the frequencies, okay? and the frequencies will be higher frequencies. So you can obviously tell this has higher frequencies. So just think of those two things, right? The higher frequencies and the reverb. So it's pretty much how you would go about picking a cold sound. When I think of a cold sound or anything cold, the color blue pops in my head. So if I pull up this EQ, I think it's this one. You'll see they have it color coded already for you. So it's easy. So everything works together. So you can kind of see that this over here, these higher frequencies, is blue already. Okay. And then the more you go to the left, yellow, red, you get into those warmer colors. So that's how I kind of go about picking these sounds without being too technical, right? And if I play it, you'll see it has a lot more of these high frequencies. All right, so that's how you would pick a cold sound. So now we would go and try to figure out this warm sound. So let's go here. And here's my second guitar, and I've used this guitar plenty of times in these videos. All right, now you can see that these are the same guitars. Well, not the same guitars. They're the same instruments, right? And you're like, why would you use this two guitars on one beat? It's because they don't have the same timbres, right? And basically the timbre is like just the characteristics of a sound, to put it very simply. For example, a violin and a guitar, they're both stringed instruments, right? But they just have different characteristics. They don't sound the same, right? Obviously, you should know that. So I'll play this one and you'll see the difference. It's the same exact octave, okay? But it's gonna sound different. Right, and to me, that sounds a lot warmer, okay? It sounds a lot more rounded off and warm, okay? And it doesn't really have any reverb. It has a little bit, so just keep track of those effects, because those effects will change the way your sounds work together. All right, so it doesn't really have any reverb, and it sounds like rounded off or more warm. And I'll show you right here an example. If I pull this up, you'll see that it'll probably be somewhere around here, right? It's a lot more strong here. But if we go to the other one right here, let me turn this on real quick. So if we go to this guitar, we can just play them together. It doesn't really matter. You'll see there's a lot more higher frequencies, right? So that's how you can kind of tell between the two. And I haven't done any mixing, no mixing at all, right? And it sounds good. It's not, I don't have to do anything. Panned it a little bit, but it doesn't matter. I'll even take the pan off. Right, and that's because of the type of sound that I picked. All right, a cold and warm sound, right? Now, this is not gonna work 100% of the time, right? That's obvious. But for like rap and these type of guitars, pianos, this will work because it's simple, right? This is a simple style. You don't need that many sounds, right? So that's how you pick less sounds. Now, I'm gonna show you an example of what I mean with the timbre, okay? Let's copy this. So now we have Omnisphere up here. So let's load this up. It's always taking forever. All right, so we got this preset here. So now if you look down here with the timbre, you'll notice it's all the way to the right? And then we go to our EQ, and now this is kind of like connecting the dots type stuff, right? You can see that this is where the blue is, it's where the higher frequencies are. All right, so this is kind of just things that you can do to connect the dots to help you understand this. Now, when I play this sound, you're gonna notice that it sounds a lot cold, right? All right, so now when I pull this all the way to the left, it's gonna sound like it was shaved or like it was rounded off or something, right? It's gonna sound a little bit warmer. All right, so that's kind of to give you an example of what I mean by the timbre, or like the characteristics. Okay, now this is another example of why you don't want to use the same exact sounds, because even though this one's rounded off, all it is doing is just shaving off the frequency. So you're gonna have trouble mixing later, right? So that's why you want to use different sounds. All right, so that's pretty much it. I hope that was a lot of explaining. I hope it was very simple to understand. Just remember, warm and cold sounds, right? You put them together, right? And they should mesh pretty well together, better than if you use 3 cold sounds or 3 warm type of sounds. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So now we're just gonna finish off the beat, and we don't really need this right here. All right, so let's get into doing these drums. All right, so this is just the cook-up portion of the video. I'm gonna just go ahead and finish the beat off. So I'm gonna start with the 808. All right, I think that's good enough. So now I'm gonna probably just add some gross beat to these melodies real quick for halftime. I don't know why I keep saying gross beat. Probably turn these up a bit. And we could take out a little bit of the bass because it's gonna be in a lower octave. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Let's play it one more time. All right, so that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.